This is Jimi Hendrix, and this is episode 66. Why I would do coaching on Empower 3. Episode 26. Why I would do coaching on Empower 360. My name is James Hendrix. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I wish to help those that desire more, that desire a better and extraordinary life. It is my hope to give you these spiritual and temporal tips to help you overcome the adversities of everyday life. Okay, now I have to say, the past 6 episodes, we have been hitting hard about the diamond mindset. And I'm about to throw you guys a little break, okay? Because to be honest with you, we can be on a good series for a while. And in this episode is one break. And then later on, say next week, we're going to have quite a lengthier break from the diamond mindset. Because after a couple more episodes after this, we're going to have a break until, say, late April. And talk about some things of some other importance. Now, you might ask me why I see myself as a success and thrive coach. I guess it goes along with the same thing as, why I would be doing some speaking. And I wouldn't be worried so much about that. At some point, I will go through that again. And plus, there's a season in July that will whet your appetite as to why I would do some speaking, if you know what I mean. But I digress. Some of you probably saying, well, Jimmy, you're talking about why you want to be a speaker. Let's talk about why you want to be a coach. Okay. I'll give you an answer. I want to be able to coach people in order to find their success, to stop and think. Okay? Success is a journey, no doubt. But here's something you need to know. Sometimes we need to stop and think, because the problem is, and this is something that I believe our reactive culture likes to send mixed signals about success. Like, if we haven't received this certain level of success, then we are a failure. And I'll give you an example of that. It's the spring of 1995. I'm rooming with my friend from Texas School for the Blind at Texas Tech. His name was, I'm going to give him the pseudonym Charlie Nation. Okay? And in some ways, Charlie, he was up to no good. I'm not saying that he was a criminal. No, when it came to that, Charlie was straight as a board. I've never seen him drink or do any illicit drugs. His was he liked to talk a lot. And I very seldom saw him go to class, personally. Most of the time, he would be up all night as a couch potato, the wild one. kind of in a tame way, wanting to party. So much so that my grades suffered. And so middle to end of the spring semester, I would go to Charlie and I would complain. I don't understand why I'm not at the level of success that I want to be. And Charlie kind of said, well, I'll stop and think. Because in some ways you're with me. Now, he didn't mean that in a good way. I'm not going to go into the particulars, the goods and the negatives with Charlie Nation. We only roomed together one semester in my junior year. Okay, and how it was is, we'd alternate. We'd spend time in his dorm for a few days, and spend time in my dorm. He liked hanging out in my dorm, except one thing that he preferred his dorm though, in the creature comforts of sitting in the dorm lounge late at night watching TV. Where I was staying, a lot of upperclassmen, they just didn't do that. Most of them were able to get their fun off campus. Anyway, I wondered why I was not reaching the level that I needed to be in. And then the summer of 1995 gave me a chance to stop and pause and think. It's like, well, Jimmy, think about it. It's who you're associating with. And I want to coach people and say, hey, in the way it goes down to who you're associating with. I want to take a college kid, and then that college kid's complaining, why am I not at the success level I want to? My grades are suffering and all this, and I want to kind of say, well, who are you hanging out with? Are they building you up? Are they encouraging you to do your studies? Or are they just going to tear you down? Okay? Because if they're going to be, if they're just going to tear you down, you don't need them. Now, say I'm going to coach an adult, and they're like, well, I'm not happy because I'm not at the success level that I need to be in. I would go into associations, and I would also say, well, what books am I reading? Okay, I'll give an example. A guy named Johnny comes to me. He says, I'm, no. A guy named Joe comes to me and says, hey, Jimmy, my life's a wreck. I'm not the success level that I'm in. I said, well, let's take a closer look at your life, okay? First off, let's take a look at your thought life. If you're having some thought life issues, maybe there's some negative involved, then what we need to do is just take this apart here. We need to take this apart here and challenge those negative thoughts. And then I would go through him, I would have him write down with me, a career write-me, okay? And what that is you're challenging each and every negative thoughts. If you want to know a little bit more about those, you can go back to episode 3, okay? I'll walk them through that. And also it'll be like, who are you hanging out with? Because, I'm going to use little West East Texas little colloquialism here. I'd ask him, well, Joe, are you hanging out with idiots? If you're hanging out with idiots, you're not going to be a success. Let's find you the right people. Let's figure out where you want to go in life, what you want to be in life. and let's get you connected with the right people. Another thing is, I would say, and this is something I need to work on myself, like, how's your routine? Do you get up a reasonably, early hour? Do you get up early? Do you reflect, pray, read scripture? Do you read positive books? Do you listen to some positive motivational tapes? And just really just want to really take a person and just break it down. Help them see where they're going on. And if there's some adversity involved, let's tackle it. Let's tackle it. If that person is sucked into the reactive culture, we'll find out how. We'll find out why, and we'll do something about it. Now, I'm going to leave you with a couple of quotes. The first one is Les Brown. Yeah, you're gonna hear from Les Brown later next month once again with another great Zig Ziglar. So I want you to get ready for that. Okay, Les Brown's a great help. And then John C. Maxwell also said something like, when you're making a difference, making $1 is easy. He has so much. John C. Maxwell has a lot of wisdom, okay? See, now you know in a nutshell why I want to coach. And after this diamond mindset, we're going to go into some personal and faith issues that kind of shows a little flavor of my coaching. I hope that you've enjoyed listening to Empower 360. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the Empower 360 community. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, do what others don't so you can be what others won't. Do what others don't so you can have what others can't. Choose, act, and pursue happiness. God bless you.